before anybody complains, you read the title of the video. You have no right to complain that this is another checkup video, okay? I did technically say that if I were to make another one, it would be a year and a half after the last one that was made, and we're a bit past that. So, you know, we're good to do this now. We're good to do this now. Okay, so here we are, another checkup video. I have a lot more good news for this one actually, which is also partially why I wanted to make this second checkup video, because I actually have good news for once. Normally when I have good news for these kind of checkup videos, it's usually something I mention near the end of it, but since not much really bad happened since the last checkup video, I mean, don't get me wrong, there was some shit there and there were some terrible god-awful things, but that didn't really hinder me. If anything, those bad experiences brought me some good. And don't get me wrong, I'm not going to be talking about the state of the world or America or whatever, because what, you think I'm an idiot who's going to talk good or bad on that stuff? No. I mean, don't get me wrong, I would love to talk bad on it for obvious reasons, but that's not the point of a checkup video, or at least not my checkup videos. So anyways, for those who are a little confused by the title or whatever, the last checkup video that I made, which is unlisted, but you can watch it if you go to the checkup video playlist, where I have all my previous checkup videos, including the unlisted one. I basically said that it was going to be the last one, or at the very least, the last one for a good while. Normally the checkup videos is like a yearly thing I do, and I know it's like, again, a year and a half since the last one was made, but you know, I mean, honestly, it's become such a staple for me to make these kind of checkup videos that, like, I don't feel like letting it go, so we're not gonna let it go. That's just how we're gonna do it. So yeah, I'm not gonna waste anybody's time. If you guys know what the checkup videos are about, you know what it is. It's me yapping about what I've been doing the past year. Well, I guess year and a half in this case. So, it's not going to be in any particular order unless I state otherwise, because honestly I wasn't really keeping track of everything. But also because there was just a lot of stuff. So why don't we start just by throwing out a bunch of random things. For starters, I have a job now. Well, I've had a job for over a year now, but you know, that's something, right? So, in summary, 4 months after the last checkup video, I got hired for a job, and for reference, I make, like, decals and stuff for construction companies, you know, like Caterpillar, Komatsu, and stuff like that. I know a lot more things about construction vehicles than I'm willing to admit, but the job is good, you know, like, it's simple, it's straightforward, but it also gives me experience, which is what I'm needing, right? I'm not going to be working at this place forever, obviously, but I'm hoping that the experience that I get from this place will give me opportunities in other places, you know? You never know. That's kind of the whole point of jobs for the most part. I mean, other than the obvious of, you know, making money so you can survive. I mean, what else are jobs really for, right? I mean, other than some contributing to society. Yeah, I'm not gonna get into that one. That's gonna be rather annoying, and I don't care. But the job is good. Like I said, I've been working there for at least a year now, and you know, like, I know what I'm doing pretty well. There's still some things I don't know, but I mean, really, that's gonna be with any job place. You know, you're not gonna know every little thing, and that's the whole point of learning. You're gonna learn and all that shit, and then, you know what? That's good for me. That's good for me. That's how I was able to get this new PC and everything. I have a new shelf that I actually put together last month that has like a bunch of figures and shit on it. I might take a picture, put it on screen or something else like that, because I'm genuinely really proud of it and I love a lot of the shit on there. But outside of that, and we're gonna derail from the positive stuff, because I want to get some of these negatives out of the way for life, because Jesus fuck. Yeah, Texas is god awful. Family is batshit, and it's seeping into other things that I won't get into, but I'm just gonna say this. I am just gonna say this. If my efforts to, like, helping someone is, like, to the point to where I've been trying to help, right, and it doesn't seem like the individual's listening or whatever, then I guess I'm done. I guess I'm done giving out advice or helping or whatever, because, well, they ain't gonna listen, so why would I spend 5 more years trying to help when all my words are doing is just going into one ear and out the other, you know? That's all I'm gonna say on that scenario. That's completely besides the point. Well, not really besides the point, but, you know, family, as I'm sure you guys already know from my previous checkup videos, that's never going to improve. It's never going to improve unless some miracle happens where all of a sudden my family members decide, hey, we want to be good people. We'll have to wait and see. I heavily doubt that's going to happen, but, you know, family's earned, not inherited, so fuck off, right? I don't really got much else bad to say, because every other bad thing is connected to something really good, so I guess we'll just segue back into that. So, for reference, as I'm sure you guys know, I take pride in a lot of people that I know, right? Like a lot of friends that I have and whatnot. And a lot of things have changed with that for the past year and a half. And I won't state names. I will probably at most give nicknames. Maybe to only one, because the other one I don't really know how to... I don't know how to say it. But let's just say treason doesn't exist in my life anymore. So that's a major positive. I have discussed the situation on my second channel. I believe I titled it like leaving a toxic friend group or finally getting out of a toxic friend group, something like that. And there's also a part 2 that released immediately right after that. So if you're a little more curious on that situation, you can watch that video. It's literally just me playing Minecraft while talking about the bullshit there. But TLDR, for those who do not want to slog through an almost hour-long video, there was this person I've known named Treason. That's just the nickname, because I'm not saying the actual username, even though if you have a brain, you could probably put 2 and 2 together. But basically, I'm no longer friends with this individual because he went back on his word on a promise that he made to me. And it's not like a simple promise either. It was a promise that involved not being an offensive little cunt and not wanting to just, you know, make people mad for the sake of making them mad and all sorts of other crap. And a lot of people claim him to be a sociopath, which is objectively true, but that's you know, neither there or there, whatever the fuck the saying is. The point is, I am no longer friends with that cunt, and there was another person who I also unfriended, which I don't really have a nickname for them because, I mean, don't get me wrong, they were annoying, but like, they weren't as egregious. They were annoying in the sense of like you don't want to be around them, but otherwise, I mean, they weren't necessarily the worst person in the world, you know? Like, I guess the comparison would be like being near Thanos or Blackstar from Soul Eater, right? It's like, yeah, both are like fucking problematic in their own rights, but at least one isn't inherently a bad person. So like, if you had to choose between them, you at least know what the correct answer is. Not saying I would want to hang out with either or, from my analogy, or in this scenario. I'm just saying that as an example. So what do I mean by some positives came out of this, though? Well, first and foremost, since I'm away from the toxic friend group, I've been able to do more in terms of self-improvement, self-love, and all that stuff. Being able to actually do things for myself in a more positive light instead of what I've been enduring from the old friend group for so long, because again, I won't go too deep into it because there's a whole video on it, but basically they always made me feel like shit and never really made me feel like a person. They just sort of made me feel like a tool that was just kind of there for giving them a reason to be there, that kind of thing. I know that there's probably going to be some people who were either involved in the friend group or people who are still friends with some people from said group or whatever, or friends with Treason for the record, who might not like what I did. And honestly, that is completely fine. That is justifiable, like full-on justifiable, because admittedly the way how I did handle it was a little scummy. But to be fair, I was thinking of ditching that motherfucker for some time anyway. He just happened to break the camel's back and I just lost whatever remaining patience that I had. So I'm not justifying myself or saying that what I did was 100% justified, but I'm also not saying that I'm completely in the wrong either. Like, the guy was objectively a dickbag and apparently is fine with going back on his word or pissing off people for the sake of it, and dragging other people's names in the dirt because apparently he's just cool with that. So, you know, I don't feel guilty, so like, no one else should really care, right? Again, if anyone is like pissed at me for that or upset or whatever, again, no flack or whatever. I wouldn't even blame you. But just keep in mind that I'm happier, so I don't expect anyone to tell me to go back on what I did, because like that's the equivalent of just being like, hey dickhead, fuck you, stop being happy, stop working hard for what you did. Maybe that's not the perfect example, but you know what I mean. Like, it's not affecting anybody else, so like no one should really try to change what I'm doing here. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. And next, I guess I don't know what else to really talk about other than what I've been doing in terms of like content creation and whatnot, because I know I do sometimes kind of dabble in talking about that there and there, but I don't really got much to say. I have been streaming a little more, not as often as what I used to, of course, but I've been trying to at least get some streams in there and there. And don't get me wrong, it's not great. It's really scuffed. It's just me playing games and just talking to myself like an idiot, but it's fun. So I mean, I can't really complain whether the results are good or not. As long as I had fun at the end of the day, that's honestly all that really matters. And in terms of making videos, you know, I'm just doing my own thing, making whatever videos I kind of feel like and whatever. Since the announcement came out for the Code Vein 2 DLC, obviously there will be a new Code Vein video, and there's gonna be some retcon shit, because for those who haven't seen my original Code Vein 2 video, there was some like funny lore stuff and whatever. As a matter of fact, I almost forgot to mention this, because it's kind of on me. I don't know. But you know Vexas, right? If you watch the Code Vein video, you would know that there was this character I created called Vexas, which was basically like a hatred incarnate iteration of my character and whatever. They have an apology, actually, that they wanted me to put in this checkup video, so I'm gonna go ahead and play that real quick, and yeah, then we'll get back to discussing more.
Okay. Admittedly, I kinda screwed up. What did I screw up with exactly? Well, let me recap. I broke into the mental construct of Shivani in that Code Vein video, which, pretty funny, honestly. And I also just got retconned too. That's great. Okay, yeah, that's great. Don't ask how I got retconned. I'm not willing to get into that. But I will say this, I made a mistake. No, I'm not talking about the fusion thing. That was honestly just stupid in general. I was just gonna say that being a good friend was a mistake. That was a lie. Why did I say that? Genuinely, why did I say that? Oh my god. I mean, I know I was saying a bunch of stupid shit in general, but like, I don't know why. That one just sucks. That one just sucks. Why did I say that? Why did I say that? There were so many signs that he wasn't a great person, and yet I don't know. Worst part is I'm gonna get censored in this video, so you guys won't even know who I'm talking about unless you go watch the Code Vein 2 video. No one's gonna do that just for this. That makes no fucking sense. Anyways, yeah, I guess I'm sorry and I won't do it again. Wait, is that all I had to do? Dude, these apology videos are so fucking easy. Why does everyone make it seem like it's a big deal?
Wow, that was a wonderful apology, objectively correct and whatnot. And yes, Vexas is about to get retconned. I won't say into what, because I don't exactly have any ideas of what I'm going to be doing per se. Keep in mind, this quote-unquote retcon's not going to be like a change that's like going to negate what was in the previous Code Vein video, but it's going to be a drastic change where it's just different. I don't know how else to explain it, because again, I don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing. I'm most likely going to wait until the DLC comes out, play through that, you know, get my recordings for it and whatever, and then when I get to actually scripting whatever I need to do, then I'll think about it when I think about it. We'll get there when we get there. It just heavily depends, but otherwise, I have to go to Witch Sky now for Blue Sky. For those who do not know, in Texas, and I think some other states or other countries, I'm not entirely sure, but you have to do an age verification in order to access the app, which, may I add, not even fucking Twitter has this, which you think would be the one app that does have an age verification. So in other words, I have to use Witch Sky in order to access Blue Sky, And if you don't know what Witch Sky is, it's basically like a alternate client that's still Blue Sky, but runs off of a different, like, sort of thing. Think like using a client for, like, Discord or VR chat, where it's still the same thing through and through, it's just running on something different for the sake of either better functionality or certain features or whatever. I guess, like, Final Fantasy XIV's XIV launcher could also technically count for something like that. I know those are probably weird comparisons, but I'm just trying to get my point across. I have to use Witch Sky in order to actually have things happen, so that's fun, I suppose. Despite my 1 second channel video where I talked about TikTok and leaving that, I did get back into TikTok, not to make content. I want to make that very clear, not to make fucking content, but just to, like, see the posts that are on there and maybe like some stuff or whatever. That's literally the only reason I went back into TikTok. It was after I got really sick last month and just was like, fuck it, I don't care anymore. I'll accept these god-awful terms of services and just start doing things. Nobody questioned it, but it's probably because they forgot about me. But that's okay, I don't necessarily blame them. But yeah, speaking of the second channel, I do plan on making some more videos on there, because it's just me playing Minecraft and talking and whatever, which is usually fun to do. Although I was thinking of maybe doing a different game for it, because Minecraft has a lot of problems for me personally, and by that I mean, why can't I just use fucking... Like, why do I gotta reinstall Fabric and all that other shit every time a new version of Minecraft comes out? Why can't we just have it auto-update? Why is that not a fucking feature? I was thinking of maybe doing, like, Power Wash Sim 2, because I've been playing that a bit, and that's just a fun little game to have on the side. Or maybe, like, Terraria or something, because, like, I already prefer Terraria more than fucking Minecraft anyway, so I wouldn't be opposed to doing that. Just something else, you know, something for the sake of having something different. But, yeah, that's kind of all I have for this checkup video. Yeah, I didn't really mention it was gonna be insanely short, or I guess way more short than the previous ones in terms of what I had to talk about, because, like, again, I don't really got much to say on the matter. It's just that a lot of things have gotten better, at least in terms of select elements that isn't my trans life, because again, I'm in fucking Texas. That's not going to improve if I wish to survive, but you know, that's besides the point. The checkup videos, they're going to be coming back. That I guess I might as well confirm that they're going to be coming back. No, I'm not going to dub it like a season 2 kind of thing, because like there really wouldn't be a point to that, and it's not that funny anymore. We're not in that VR chat era no more. Oh shit, I guess I might as well mention, I know some of you guys probably may have saw the community post or whatever, but yeah, my VR is fucked, so I couldn't make VR chat videos. That's fun. I wanted to make more VR chat videos, but then my VR died and I was like, cool, great, amazing. I might see to getting a Steam frame whenever that comes out, but I didn't even get an order confirmation for my fucking Steam controller. Like, I reserved that shit long ago when they first had out the reservations, and I still haven't gotten shit. I don't know if I'm just behind that many people or what the hell is going on, but I don't get it. I'm not getting the Steam machine though. I don't really have a reason to get that. Like, sure, I could get it, but I don't really need to. Sorry, off topic. Yes, we will have the checkup videos returning back to their yearly schedule, or at the very least close to yearly. I don't know how much more I can really talk about in these sort of videos, depending on how much really changes. Because yes, well, a lot did change in the past year. It wasn't anything like too crazy. Well, that's incorrect. It was really crazy, but it wasn't plentiful. Maybe that's what I'm trying to say, is that there wasn't a lot to talk about. It was just, hey, things happened, blah, 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 whatever, right? So I guess there's that. But yeah, that's all I really had to say. Thank you guys for listening to this checkup video. I apologize for also not having a movement shooter in the background like I usually do. I just couldn't find anything that I was interested in playing. So you get Spark the Electric Jester 3, which honestly I think is just okay at best. I mean, yes, I suck at the game, but I also sucked at Spark 2, and I enjoyed that game way more than Spark 3. Like, I don't know what it is. I just really like Spark 2 more than Spark 3. It just, I don't know, there's something about it, the Spark 3, that's just not as fun. I mean, honestly, both of the games are not really great in a bunch of different aspects, but that's whatever. Anyways, yeah, I got nothing else to say. Thank you guys for listening in, and I hope that I'll be able to make more of these videos in the future. We'll just have to see. Hope you have a good day, night, afternoon, whatever it is where you're at when you're watching this video, and just be sure to have a good one.